Everybody, welcome to Epic Brew. I'm Tom. Today we're looking at the new changes coming to Castello. I'm really excited about this because this has been a map that I've always considered really interesting and fun, but it clearly suffered from performance issues. Like there was always pockets of this map where my FPS just tanked, and also the flow of the map never really felt right. There were some areas that felt really fun to play on, and some areas that it was just kind of atrocious. Like when they first launched Frontlines Castello, that was not a good time to be playing Castello. It's kind of gotten a little bit better, and judging by the changes that I've seen them roll out in the Discord in the past couple weeks, it's looking like Castello is on the road to something great. And this is a look at the new version of the map here. Let's do some John Madden impressions here and draw on the picture a bit. So as you can tell, first of all, the biggest difference is the drawbridge, or it's not even a drawbridge. It was just that big long bridge is gone. It's so much shorter. It's like 75% wheelchair friendly ramp right up to the castle. So that's a huge difference. And also they filled in the pits here on the side. Look at that. You can't go down. Like when you used to go through the gate here and fight in the street and go down into the pit, and the ballistas were out over here and over here. It's all gone now. It's all leveled out. It seems like it's going to be a much more even fighting map moving forward, which is good because a lot of the clutter too, like all the clutter that was in these streets here, has gone. It's replaced by beautiful flowers. Look at that. And I took some comparison shots here. Let me back out of this. I'll lose my art. That's okay. Look at that. So this is what Castello looks like now. Don't mind the FOV because I just hopped in the game and grabbed these screenshots real quick for the sake of a easy back and forth A/B comparison here. But look at the difference there. Like the bridge is gone, the pits are gone. It's just a much smoother flow. You're not being really funneled. You know, everybody remembers, well, not everybody, but most of you will remember when Castello first came out, like first came out, and it would lag over here, it would lag up here on this like side wall, it would get kind of laggy here, it would get kind of laggy, but then over time it got a little bit better, and then they released the Frontlines version, and that was a nightmare in itself. But they quickly ironed out the main pain points there. But still, to this day, it seems like 80% of Castello Frontlines takes place like right in this area right here. And typically, the defenders always lose. I don't think I've ever seen the defenders win. I honestly don't. Like, I know there's something to do with the boats. Like, there's clearly boats. I don't even know. I don't even think I've gotten that far as defenders because you're just stuck here. Now, there's been some really, really cool cinematic fighting in this gate area in this little like alleyway, or I guess it's not an alleyway, it's a street. But like fighting in this area, and then I mean, I love my throwables, and this bridge always presented a great straight shot for chucking some javelins or throwing axes. And I kind of hate to see it go, but at the same time, I really like how this area looks right now. And I think it'll give the defenders a better chance at pushing out, because if you notice, the castle, it got the old Disneyland treatment. They shrunk the castle down, and now it's just kind of how many stories would this be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I guess technically. And then that's the wrong way. 1, 2, 3. I don't even know if this is a floor. This is a roof right here. So it's like 4. It goes from about 7 to 4 floors. It looks like this is a room that's hollowed out in there. But I mean, I don't know. I've never been in this redone castle yet. But it's clearly shorter, right? So it allows the defenders a better way to push out. So they're not having to run, like a half mile down and all in here and then come out like this door, and this door. And then yeah, so like all the clutter is gone. It looks cleaner. I think one of the big things that they wanted to do is improve performance, because this map has always kind of been has struggled a bit with FPS, fighting on like this wall over here. It's the different pockets of the map dropped FPS pretty notably. You'd be playing it'd be nice and smooth, and then you turn a corner and it's lag town. So I'm really excited for these changes. We're gonna move on to this. So this is facing like the ballista would be here, right? So to put it in perspective, this is about what you're looking at in the current map, and this is what it's going to look like in the future. Just shows you how much they've smoothed out the area. Like it'll be much more enjoyable to fight in, and I think it'll keep the battle more focused, because while this was a more realistic take, but what it did was it divided the match, right? So say there's 4 players on each side, just say, and then you might have like somebody fighting here, you might have 2 people over here, other people over here, and it's like you're only seeing these little conflicts if you're in this road, if you're down here, or if you're up here. And then in the new map, it's like if you're over I'm not even drawing yet, let me get my pen out. If you're fighting here, if you're fighting here, and if you're fighting here, you can see it all. So it's going to make the fight like more cohesive, and it feels more involved because everybody's kind of together. If not in proximity, then visually you can look across the courtyard and see people fighting over here when you're just coming up out of the gate over in this side. So I'm just really excited with the direction that they've taken this map. Let's take another look at a new angle. So this is let me orient myself here. So this is going to be facing like from this tower out here. So when you'd come through the gate and you'd have this little walkway up here, you used to have to climb the ladders on the roof to get access to the balcony. But now, as you can see, it's another little ramp, and then the balcony. There's no more ladders. You still have this walkway. It looks shorter, and the ramp kind of blocks a bit of the view, even though you can kind of line up here and here better. But this is also interesting because I think you'll have a better field of view as a defending archer for the whole courtyard here. So you can stand up here and defend from the little gate house that's down here where everybody comes through and into the courtyard, and you can just do your business, hopefully take out a few enemies in the process. And there's less space up here, which may seem like a negative for the defenders, but that just means it's easier to create artificial choke points with engineers. So like you can build some ramps. Like I'd probably build the ramps like here, or not the ramps, the walls here, because then you don't have to worry. Like if you build them here, they can just climb the little ledge here. But if they're like higher up, you can't climb that high. So like you could build a wall there, you could build another wall here, and have people hopping down the whole time, fighting the attackers, defending. It'll be a better experience, I think, for both teams overall. And then this is a look at what it is now. Like you have this little ramp or little walkway. It's very narrow. There's a door. Hop up here. It just seems weird. Like you have to hop on the light fixture to get up, and then you have the ladders, and then you have this big area where there was always like a team fight up in here, which felt a little strange. Like it was once again one of those situations where you could be fighting other players out here, but if there's people inside or there's people down here, you don't particularly see them. And by kind of like leveling everything out though, your line of sight is more improved, so you can see like, oh, there's people fighting down. If I'm up here, you can just see down here, right? But if you were up here, you wouldn't really know what's going down here unless you were standing here looking down at it. So I think there's a lot of changes coming to Castello that are going to really make this map possibly, I hate to guess without having played it, but I'm really excited. I think this could possibly be one of Mordhau's best maps with this update. And I don't say that particularly lightly, because if you watch my videos, I have a lot of opinions about the gameplay flow. And as a player, not as a developer, I'm not saying I know anything about like, the the logistics of gameplay flow through a map, right? I'm just talking about as somebody who plays this game a lot. Uh, this is like kind of my experience, what I'm looking forward to watch the gameplay unfold every time I load into this map. And I don't know if they adjusted the color here as well, just for this picture, but it seems to be a little warmer. Like the brick colors and the water, it looks richer. It doesn't seem so washed out like it currently does. And maybe that's like an overall thing. Granted, I have my graphics turned down a bit for the sake of YouTube not obliterating my quality via encoding and compression, but it does seem like the colors are a bit richer in New Castello. So I'm excited about that. You can check out these screenshots on the Discord. Let me see if I can just pop the Discord open here. There we go. So here we're looking at the Discord now. If you go to development snippets in the Mordhau server, you can read all about this. I'll just read through this right now, actually. Over the past few months, Castello has undergone quite a few changes, some of which may be obvious, some perhaps not. The changes can be characterized mainly into two categories: optimization and level design. Castello has had its more complex geometry and shaders replaced with considerably improved versions. Additionally, many unused areas have been removed or modified to suit the nature of invasion and frontline better, as well as help in regards to optimization. So there were whole like back alleys and streets. There was one video where I chased a bunch of enemies like all the way behind the castle, and I was like, I don't think I've ever been back here before. And like the whole area was like rendered, it wasn't like walled off and empty. It was like you could go and just go back there and see stuff. Like there was stuff to see back there, but nobody's ever packed there, which, it just seemed like a waste of resources, stuff to load, etc. In regards to level and gameplay design, we have identified and then modified or removed problematic areas of the map. As a consequence of this, the map is quite different in some areas and much better in terms of player ease of movement, player congestion, and possible gameplay strategies. The map is considerably less complicated and more in line with our newer, more linear design philosophy, while keeping the more realistic spirit of the map alive as much as possible. We hope to shed some light into our map development process, and we cannot wait to complete these changes and get you playing the new and improved Castello. Like I said, I've said it like 4 times already, and I'll say it a 5th time. I'm excited. I'm excited for New Castello. The update, allegedly, according to what they've posted in Discord this past week, we're looking at a patch possibly next week. So not the very first week, not the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of September, but like the week of the 6th, I think. Labor Day weekend week. I think we're going to be having a patch here. I don't know when this video is going to be hitting the channel. So keep that in mind. I don't know when you're seeing this, but the Labor Day weekend week. That's what I'm trying to say here. I'm pretty sure we're getting a patch that week. We'll probably be getting Castello here. They've been hinting at other additions to the patch, which I don't know if you're trying to see patch notes ahead of time or what have you. If you're trying to avoid spoilers, you just like it be like Christmas morning and you wake up and it's patchy day and you get to unwrap the patch notes and see all the new stuff added. So I'm not going to spoil anything if that's your cup of tea. When the patch notes are officially released, I'll go over them top to bottom just like I always do. So you'll get to see everything then. But for now, Castello is looking mighty fine. Mighty fine. Look at the clouds there, man. I just noticed those clouds. Like you go from these little like puffs of smoke to like actual like artistic clouds. It's quite nice. I'm excited. That's the 6th time I've said that, I think. But there you go. Castello, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm eager to see if you think the old version is better for gameplay. Even though, like, I'm pretty sure I made a very clear point about the division of this map and how it can affect the illusion of a bigger battle happening around you, because, people are everywhere, but it doesn't seem like they're anywhere unless, like, this area was always, like, Battle City right here, this little corner. But then once you get out here, it just broke up, and then the castle, people are just running everywhere. Once you fought through the bridge, people were just, scattered like roaches all inside. So eager to see what happens when the map releases. Hopefully next week. We'll see. But for now, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please be sure to subscribe to keep up with Mordhau developments, etc. Gameplay most of the time, except for today, which I'm just talking about the new map, because I think it's worth talking about it. Lots of exciting changes coming to Castello. So hopefully we'll be able to check them out in person next week. But for now, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you all next time.